What's going on, everybody? I'm Harry, and with me, of course, self-proclaimed King of the World, Edward Dools Dooley. How you doing?
I'm good.
Dools, I've reviewed every single James Bond movie before the Daniel Craig saga, and I thought before...
Every single one, and just in time. Well, you haven't released all of them yet.
We haven't...
Clock's still ticking. Me and Harry, we've got a little bet going. If he can release every single video review before Spectre, I have to get him a six-pack. But to be honest, I don't even care anymore.
That is Australian release date, and by now you'd be able to see that they're all up. They're all up, Dools. I'm expecting a good beer. So, Dools, I thought I'd bring you on for the Daniel Craig saga. Your favourite saga so far.
We'll do all three, and first, of course, is...
the end of the countdown to Spectre.
Exactly, yeah.
So, we're going to release 3 videos. Quantum of Solace, Casino Royale, and Skyfall.
Not sure why you went out of order there.
I know.
This one is Casino Royale, of course.
Of course. So, Dools, let's start off. This was the introduction for Daniel Craig.
Yeah, I'm going to get it right out of the way. I'm just going to put it out there right now. This is, in my opinion, and hopefully many more, the best Bond film.
Okay. Well, it's not my favourite Bond film. It's close. It's probably in the top. It's in the top 3.
It's just the best.
It's an incredible
film.
film.
As long as it's in the top 3, yeah.
Awesome introduction for Daniel Craig, especially the beginning. Let's break down the beginning. It starts off in a really black and white sort of way, and it shows his first 2 kills.
Well, it's literally black and white.
Yeah, because true. Because as you find out, you have to have 2 kills to become a 007 agent, and it shows those 2 kills. And the first one, it was so messy.
Oh, it was brutal as fuck. It straight away broke down the traditional conventions that James Bond is some suave, espionage agent. And he's just brutally murdering this guy, and you're just like, well, I'm ready to go.
I'm sold on this character.
Yeah.
It was so good. And then we find out more of the plot, and a lot of people, when it first came out, a lot of people that I was talking with were really confused by the plot, but I thought it was really simple if you broke it down.
I'll be completely honest, when I first saw it, granted I was like fucking 12 at the time, the plot, as it kept going on and on, did get a little, not far-fetched, but a little hard to follow. But
convoluted, yeah.
But obviously watching it very recently to do these reviews, not at all. Quite easy to follow.
Yeah, so basically the plot is basically this businessman, Le Chiffre. He's a genius mathematician, and he's really arrogant about that, and he exploits that through playing poker, because he knows that
cards,
poker is a game of odds.
Yeah,
and he knows that, and he exploits his knowledge of mathematics through that. And his whole job is that he takes people's money. People give him millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars,
enormous loans,
and he manipulates the stock market. That means that in a very bad way, because he invokes natural disasters. Yeah, and he
and one example was obviously hiring the guy to go blow up the new prototype of this
the Skyfleet.
This important airplane at the Miami airport, and it's just
if he did that, then those stocks would plummet.
Yeah, it would have triggered some huge events of the economy.
They M also the Judi Dench as M and Daniel Craig as Bond, their dynamic is awesome in this. Yeah. It started off the dynamic between M and Bond was started within the Brosnan films. Before that, it was always a given order and doing it, basically. It was just a point of authority. But now, with Judi Dench coming in with GoldenEye, 1995, they started to have this little dynamic, and I really liked it, and it's gone well with Craig.
A little back and forth, and
I
appreciate it.
M explained the natural disasters, because she said that the 9/11 happened, and the day after 9/11, I can't remember the particular stock, but that stock rose really high, and that's a really cool plot, and I thought it was awesome. But the one thing I love about this film is they made a 40-minute poker scene, and it was entertaining as hell.
Oh, it was so good.
It was so tense
throughout the whole time. Bond took on some African war criminals, and he got poisoned and got out of it alive. A lot can happen in a game of poker.
All in a day's work, Dools. All in a day's work.
Goodness gracious.
Mads Mikkelsen as Le Chiffre. He was excellent.
Fantastic. But
this is my one point against Casino Royale.
Be careful.
I loved Le Chiffre, and I thought he was incredibly underused. Not incredibly, he was just underused. That's why I'm only putting a bit off the score. It's all a matter of
perspective.
It is.
I personally found that I thought he was in the film for a fair amount. It's just the film just felt long, and so the film was long, and it was just because of the final act where it was just Bond and Vesper, And just
it was a completely different movie.
Looking at there, it felt.
But that's
like
not a bad thing. Like, it was cool. It was moving on.
It kind of felt like it was a setup for Quantum, but that it still, in my opinion, was a fantastic part of the film.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Because it was that, and we'll get into that in a bit. But that is a brutal love story, and one of the first James Bonds to
have an actual love story.
No, but Le Chiffre, I found just the way he was still so menacing and like just like, but the way he turned out to be a pawn of who we believe now to be Spectre.
Was at that time Quantum.
Was just just amazing. Like and that torture scene as well. What a way to go out.
That torture scene was incredible. Yeah. Like that was such a great like exposition of what James Bond was. Like how he's getting tortured, and you're like, and you stand to see his face, and he's like he had that worried look when he hears Vesper in another room like screaming. Yeah. But then he just starts to cackle and starts to laugh in Le Chiffre's face, and he's just like taunting him.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, this is what Bond is, and Le Chiffre he's getting the better of Le Chiffre.
It's like everyone's gonna know that you died scratching my balls.
It's like he's getting the better of Le Chiffre.
Yeah.
When he's tied to a chair naked.
It was so good.
Like, that's awesome. That's James Bond in a nutshell. But the direction as a whole, I thought it was great. The focus on action is come back after the Brosnan films, because Brosnan, I like Pierce Brosnan as a Bond. I like him. He's had one good film. The rest were average.
Yeah, look, I remember them a little too fondly, to be honest, and I can honestly say that
GoldenEye
is probably maybe the only great one out of them. They're not bad, the other ones. They're just not.
I really did not like Die Another Day, and I thought that was
Die Another Day was a bit comical. Yeah. It was a bit like it. I mean, I don't know if it was trying to return to the campiness. I mean, obviously it did, but like I think it went a bit too overboard.
Yeah. So, but like so it was a bad way to end, and it was a good. Like they went back to the focus on action, especially with that parkour scene at the beginning. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was dope.
That was awesome.
Going into the embassy and stuff, and he's got to the hostage and shit.
Yeah, and then the guys with the machete in the hotel, that was cool.
Yeah.
And the whole ending scene in it was Venice, right?
It was Venice.
Yeah, that was awesome. But Vesper Green is Eva Green as Vesper was awesome. But the ending I thought was really cool, and I liked how they opened it up. I thought that was really dope with Mr. White shooting him. It's like, and then he comes up with that famous one-liner. The name's Bond, James Bond. Yeah. Great ending. What would you give it out of 10 bills?
Well, Harry, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is a 10 for me.
Fair.
This is just this film. Like I grew up watching Oliver Connery, Moores, and then Brosnan's Bonds. But then when this came out, this changed.
Tuvey, yeah.
Well, with good reason.
Timothy Dalton is better than Brosnan.
I know, but he only had 2 movies. Like, they're not as memorable. License to Kill is pretty good. But,
How many daylights have gone?
It was just, this changed everything, this one. It was so gritty and dark, and I was like, holy shit, like, this is legit.
Yeah.
This is like, it took Bond in a different direction while still maintaining some of the, classic conventions it has, and, it was just almost a flawless film, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to give it 9.5. Just 1.5 down just because I wanted Le Chiffre just a little bit more.
Me, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I just wanted a little bit more of Le Chiffre. That was it. I loved Le Chiffre as a character. I thought he was an awesome villain. And then I just wanted a little bit more. That was it. But, great film. And see you next time.
Alrighty.